What's up, YouTube? My name is Amos Bro. Alright, so a while back, I made a video, and I called it A Message to Broccoli, or Open Letter to Broccoli and the Udipri family. Now, I've spoken to them. I'm going to speak directly to NISA, to NIS America. I'm speaking to you because I want you to understand something that might be very important in a business decision in the very near future. You announced recently in a keynote, you announced that you're bringing over some games. Alright, let's discuss what they are real quick. You announced that you're bringing over the following games, okay? Grand Kingdom, HTL #NIQ, and Criminal Girls Invite Only, and Criminal Girls 2 as a teaser. Yomawari Toho Genso Rondo, and a game called Psychopath's Mandatory Happiness. Alright, I'm going to be fair with you. One of those games pretty much already was translated, so that one is an easy port. But we need to discuss one big elephant in the room. It's known that you are the developer for the visual novels in Japan. Okay? We know that the franchise is arguably one of the biggest in the country of Japan right now. Okay? We know this, right? We know that for you, over here pretty much, you had games like Phantom Brave. You also have the Disgaea series, which is a pretty big strategy RPG franchise, right? But let me ask this question. Have you, in the past, I don't know, year or two, gone and asked, how well does Uta no Prince-sama do over here? I think the answer for you would probably be pretty goddamn eye-opening. And I'll tell you why. Think hard about where the visual novel has been, the visual novel and the Otome series have been in the past, I don't know, a couple of years. We went from a game like, say, 999, which was a very poorly received game, to the point where they actually had to have a fan petition to have the other two games even happen, to now we've had a game like Code Realize. I know a different developer, but you'll see where I'm going with this. This has outsold the Japanese release. Do you understand that? Now, people will say, well, the license for Udipri is a pretty goddamn expensive one. That's true. We're not going to deny that. But here's what we're going to say. It's a risk that is worth its reward. Because I want you to think about something. The franchise, as far as the anime, was introduced in 2011. This year will be, as far as the anime goes, 5 years. Okay? It is arguably the longest running, or is going to be one of the longest running animes based on an anime series. And arguably one of the most popular. Matter of fact, I would argue it is the most popular in its native Japan right now. Because if you compared it to, say, I don't know, Die Lovers, there's no contest. The numbers don't lie. But I can understand, you would have to get the license, you would have to figure out if you can use the actual name Udapri, or would you have to change it to its English translation, which is literally the Prince of Song. But did you look recently at your forum? Did you look at the fact that on that forum there were probably more replies and more discussion about that potentially coming over? And that thread has probably the most views of any of them that wasn't announced recently. Or pretty close. What was one of the games you did announce? Criminal Girls 2? Did you look at really the reply list on that? And did you really look at the views on that as far as the thread? There's no comparison. Do I think the Criminal Girls games would actually be good? I don't know, I've never played them. But I'm looking at this from the standpoint of business. And if you wanted to say to me, or to the fandom, or to the family, if you wanted to say, well, we're waiting until the ports come out over in Japan, and we're waiting for all of them, not just one and then bringing it over. Okay, that's fine. I mean, hell, what's that game, Amnesia? Amnesia Memories came out, and look how long, since its Japanese release, that it came out over here. It eventually did come out over here, but look how long it took. Maybe, Idea Factory International is waiting for all the games in Japan for Die Lovers to come out before they start working with that one over here. Who knows? But we're talking about you right now. You are very good, it seems, as a company, as far as taking a calculated risk, as far as taking gambles. But you're also very good, it seems, at the sure thing. And for you right now, this guy has been one of your big sure things, right? Been one of your most popular franchises. But what's your next one going to be? You've said, and so has Idea Factory, have said that we're still looking at Ultimate games because they see the popularity is starting to percolate and really starting to build up. But when do you wait too long, and when does the gamble not become worth it? Do you get what I'm saying? Maybe, don't know, you'll do a simultaneous release if you were to find out you can get the license for Udapri. Maybe you'll have to change the name to its literal English name, Prince of Song. Okay, fine. But here's the thing. Forget just your own particular forums. Forget that for a minute. Look up for me, okay, and see if you can find this metric. How many people in the West have spoken about this franchise? As far as the games, as far as its characters, as far as its anime that came on every Wednesday or every Friday or every Saturday or whatever the day was. Whatever day it aired over here. Ask them how many people started talking about and getting interested in the characters and getting interested in the story and getting interested in everything. They exist. And whether or not you know it, it's actually taken almost a Sailor Moon effect, if you will. Because for the longest time, otomes had been geared towards the female audience, and they still are. That is still the predominant market. We get this. But have you thought about this? Sailor Moon started the same way, right? And it started in Japan as a magical girl series, and it was, and for a lot of people, we didn't even know what anime was until that day when we first encountered the series and we got hooked on it. The same thing, in many respects for some people, happened with Udapri. Now for me, there was also Brothers Conflict and Die Lovers, which actually came before this series. But one of the ones that really resonated and had an impact on me is the one that involves 11, soon to be 18, singing idols that came on my computer screen recently every Saturday. And the story is one of the best that I've ever seen. The characters are literally some of the best that I have ever watched. And now, we, the Western fandom, the Western part of the family, if you will, we want the opportunity to experience a franchise which has become more than just about the romance and about, a girl trying to get with one of the guys. It's become about the characters, about their backstories, about the music, about everything. And now we want the opportunity. We want the chance to sit down and to play this great franchise one time. If you're waiting, like I said, for all the games to be released on the Vita over in Japan, that's fine. Do as you will. Please. And make sure that, you're willing to take the gamble, obviously. Because there is a risk. And it's arguably a bigger risk than maybe some of these other games. Because you may know their following, you don't know what you're getting here. But I can promise you, from what I've seen, from the amount of times I've seen, text posts, gift sets, photo sets, whatever, on Tumblr, from episodes and just, some of the hokey comments made, and I'm involved in that too, by the way. We have arguably, I don't want to say we're a drama-free fandom, but we have, I think, one of the best fandoms that has grown from a Japanese only or Japanese internal to a global worldwide phenomenon that I have not experienced since Sailor Moon. The only other series for me that I can say that has impacted me that wasn't an otome series but maybe was a visual novel was Kuroko's Basketball when I watched the anime. I think that you need to look at it, and I think you need to see how we have embraced Udapri, and how it's no longer just about a female fan base, which is there and it's a huge one, but it's become a global one where everybody's watched it and everybody's played it and everybody's enjoyed it. It's been one of those young, old, new fan, established fan. Do you get what I'm saying? We're here. We deserve, I think, to see the series come to the West. But what we need is you to say yes. We need you to be willing to take the gamble. The question is, can you and are you? I hope so. Because one thing I think that we don't want to be is left out of the party. Do you get what I'm saying? Yes, we can import the games, but I think part of us wants to just play them, and we want to be able to enjoy them in our own language and have a ball reliving a story now in full, with Stardust, with Quartet Night, and eventually maybe with Heavens. Because it's time, I think, that the otome franchises start to get the recognition and the love that they properly have deserved for a long time. And I think sometimes people are afraid to admit that they're fans of the franchise, because of the genre, because of whatever reason. But I think those days are coming to an end sooner than you think, Nisa. The question is, are you willing to take the gamble? I hope so. But I'm going to ask this question not only to you, but to everybody. Yes or no? Do you think it will be time in the very near future for the princes to invade America and to take their rightful spot? I do. Because if there's one thing I have learned, it's there is that fan base here. And Code Realize, another series, Code Realize, helped me realize that with its performance. I think Udapri's next, but I could be wrong. I don't think I am, though. Take care, gang.